Yanarata. Itakuru yanarata huru tuhuru huin tahuru tuhuru tuhu apahuru turu turu tu huru huru tuhuru huru tuhuru huru tu uhuru tuhuru huru huru tuhuru. We're working on powering up this connection. Turu 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 nyirik kruyannya turu ni nekrianya tukunya tukunya ni ija anu uku ina haka I aka uhu ina aina na turu. Beautifully done. We are the Arcturian family. To this being, she has been working with the Arcturians for some time, as she has mentioned in previous channelings. As she is feeling our energy again, there is clearing to be done as she releases the pain and reconnects to the love, the pain of the loss. And now the stream strengthens. We are actually very proud of her in the follow your heart methodologies that we are always recommending, not just to her, but to all who are looking to connect with their starseed families. When you follow your heart, when you listen to that inner guidance, this is your best way, your best methodologies to connect in with us. Trusting in your crystalline self, trusting in your abilities. This is your direction, your guidance system, your North Star. Knowing that you're able to do the work that you set out to do. There is higher frequencies coming and higher energy that you're being prepared for. Some of the reasons for being in Mount Shasta is it's so much easier to connect with us there, primarily. When you do council work, being able to connect in more readily with the ships and the energies in close proximity, similar to gaining the individuals that will be going also within that close proximity of one another's beings. You have experienced this yourself, the difference between being or meeting a person on, say, a conference call or a Zoom call or any of the other modalities that are available, versus when you are with them in person. That close proximity is an etheric variant to the 3D plane. When you are in Mount Shasta, you recall, speaking to Susan, the energies moving from 5D, 6D, 7D. You and let's say the team, your prime team, have been operating functioning pretty much within the 4D of the plane that you're currently in. And oftentimes when you're noticing those synchronicities and manifestations touching in the 5D, there's many talk of, from other channelers and other beings, of the event. This is a way for old school thought to transition into new school thought of stepping into 5G. It truly is not a step. The only step is the vibrational step as you are going higher in frequency. Some of you may have noticed that your frequency, your change in frequency, is leading to changes in chill within the body. You're always feeling cold. This particular being, since a child, has always felt colder than most others that she is around. They would be in shorts and she would be in long pants and long sleeves, or have some type of a light jacket. And that's because she was always at a higher frequency. So the higher frequency will change the energy physically within your being. So if you're noticing this within your own self, this is something that you should consider. We recommend meditating on it, thinking about your connectivity and how you are operating as a being, along with the physicality changes within your corporeum of the incarnate of who you are. These physical changes will continue. So as you become closer to our presence, working with the various methodologies of connectivity, we do encourage you to do this more and more, especially this group specifically. Those that are watching this group specifically, who are being called into this energy specifically. Your energies are also changing the planet. You are light workers, all of you, finding this message. It's important for you to have understandings. There is technological help that is assisting from the other side of the veil, as you like to call it. We just like to refer to it as a dimensional plane shift. You are more than likely tapping in more and more frequently with your own dimensional aspects of yourself, recognizing beings that have the capability to reach into your stream of thought as the stream of thought to the oneness of your dot in the world of the oneness, that your dot and the other dots surrounding you, many being your own past lives, past beings that you've worked with, past magicians, past magic, which is simply energy anyway, not really magic, but your ability to recognize it and work with it. Call it as you may. These capabilities and the trust within your own being, as you are developing, learning, absorbing knowledge, connecting in with your own divine self as a being, connecting in with your families, your galactic families, your earth families, as was being discussed earlier about the fairies and the dragons and the gnomes. These are your earth families. So as the dragon mentioned, that you're working with your galactic families now too. because these energies are higher and your frequencies are higher. And so that dial on the radio, so to speak, in a term you're able to understand, is tweaked so that you are able to now hear us more efficiently. We've always been here, around you, supporting you, guiding you, hoping you're hearing and listening. Those moments of peacefulness and silence, those moments before waking, those moments in nature. Truly connecting into this planet. Remembering that this planet, this beautiful blue gem of Earth, the blue pearl of the universe, connects many beings, not just the Earth beings, but your galactic brothers and sisters, the light energies, the Christed energy. It's all within the divine matter. The matter of the universe that has been recognized by some as the filling of the quantum, where you can feel the energy so thick you can practically mold it with your hands. Or when you're connecting in, for example, to seeing the light rays, these streams of energy coming to Earth, or the hydrolace. Many are connecting in with the hydrolace. The flashes of light, these energies also coming in to the planet to be recognized and seen. But we're slightly off track. Our point is, we are asking you to consider your own dimensionality. This has been coming up most often as a topic as of late, and for good reason. The galactic federations that are working together, the different councils, the different collectives that are in unity within the light, as we're raising the vibration of all to their next higher level. There's growth for everyone, not just for you on Earth. And these steps up are important in our continued divergence, the eclecticness of life. These ideas are meant to grow you, to expand you, and make ready for, as we laughingly call, first contact. I'm sure you note the humor, as we have been here since the dawn of time. Coming and going based on energies and acceptance, understandings, stepping in to assist for growth when available. And yet, so many times in the past, there has been failure. And this time there will be success. It's a very joyous moment. We hope you sense it. We hope you feel it in your bones. Because the bones are certainly where your DNA lives, isn't it? Koro tuhura pa akuhuru tuhu tuhu jemavora tairo tuhu. Oh, you and your we thank you so much for letting us take this time for you to bring this message.
Thank you. Blessings.
I am open for questions, as I know this habit of the group.
Do you have any questions, Rosangela?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I came in late, so is it the Arcturian conscience or collective or?
I am from the
Speaking.
Arcturian Council.
Yes, I would like to ask what is my relation to the Arcturian Council and from which dimension?
We are coming to you from the 9th dimension. We have access to others. But the 9th dimension seems to be the easiest methodology to connect in with the earth plane. And as those of you who are working on raising your frequency and vibration, as you're getting closer to the 5th dimension, and some are often even higher. But as your light bodies are still continuing to develop into the capability to hold these higher strengths of dimensionality, it can wipe you out too easily. You don't want to blow a fuse, so to speak. And the being is also going through changes physically to hit these higher dimensions. You are in the midst of getting ready to do some work with Wendy, and you will find out more at that time. We don't want to spoil all your fun, so to say.
Okay. So Wendy and I apparently are connected with the Arcturian Council, doing some work as ambassadors. Is that something that is actually truth?
Yes, of course.
Mhm.
This one has been working on her energy for some time, and you do as well. However, you've got phrasing. Blocks is the easiest word to use that need to be released, cleaned up, to provide you with your own higher connection more readily, more clearly, so that you're able to have fuller comprehension of your own mission.
Is
But
that something that,
what your
Sorry.
meeting tomorrow will be about.
okay, because I was gonna ask if that's something that you could also assist me with.
Yes. We work with Wendy and we'll be there as well tomorrow. Tomorrow.
It seems to be an exciting day for me tomorrow.
Tomorrow will be a day of play.
Looking forward to it, and thank you.
You are most
And
welcome.
and is there anything that you would like to tell us as a group that we could be doing as a group to help in any way we can? In any way we can.
You are already doing it. There is not much more that you can do at this time. Simply getting together and joining your light in collaboration is assisting not only Gaia, but the galactic universe as well. Those of us that tap into your boots on the ground beings with our connectivities, with our streams of light, we're giving her additional downloads and connections. If you're wondering why she's doing a lot of yawning and moving her hands.
It's catchy. She does yawn there and I do here.
For you, it is clearing energies. For her, it is also clearing energies so that these new downloads have a place to go.
Do you have any other questions, Rosangela?
No, I'm good. Thank you so much. And thanks for being here with us today. And I'm looking forward to talking to you tomorrow again.
Our blessings are sent to you, and we will see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Much love.
Much love, indeed.
Okay, I have a question. So I'm wondering, I haven't heard whether I have any Arcturian lifetimes or if I'm working with the Arcturian Council at this time, maybe an astral, and maybe I should be working with the Arcturians in connection to Wendy. Is there any information about any of that that you might be able to provide?
My dear, of course. Do you work on the stargates?
Yes, I do.
Then yes, you do. Not only do you connect in with the Arcturians and the Pleiadians, but there are many star families that you are working with. The Lyrans, the Andromedans, the Venusians, the Orions, those beyond the beyond galaxies. There is a bit of irony or humor in coming to the earth plane that the forgetting happens. Because of the multiple lives that you've had, the multiple wars that you've experienced and gone through. We try to alleviate these from the experience when you come to Earth this time around, to experience the energies this time around, to learn, to relearn, to reawaken your own knowledge within yourself, within your being. To connect and reconnect and remember. But we do try to make the focus on this timeline, this life, this now, But when you connect in more with your dream time, shall we say, when you're doing your Stargate work, start to ask for the remembrance of it from your own higher self, from your guide team. Set the intention. Ask at least 3 times. You know the magic number's 3. And then you'll understand more these additional connections that you have to Cassiopeia, to many of the star systems, too many to name. Begin, we recommend, with your own. For this one, it is Leo. With good reason, with the Lyrans. So many sneaky messages we give you to discover and say, aha. Birth dates of your charts. Messages that you help design and develop with us in conjunction with your team for this life, for this now, for this time. Do you see?
Yes. I have another question. So I recently channeled Thoth, and I've done so before along with Ra and Khnum and some of the other Egyptian gods and
Yes.
goddesses. Isis is another one. But I recently, someone expressed the opinion to me about Thoth that he's a negative being that it's not advised to connect with. But whenever I've channeled him, I always set my protections, only channel with positively polarized beings of the highest love and light.
Let me speak to that.
Connect through the heart. So I don't necessarily
Yes, let
resonate
me
with
speak to
that. Yeah.
I agree. You are correct. Let me speak to that.
Okay.
There are many, many beings who are out there channeling, connecting in, finding their truth. Are there timelines where Thoth is not Thoth in his highest nature? Does Thoth have a dark side in addition to a light side? Do you have a dark side, a shadow side, if you will, and a light side? The answer is yes. Can they possibly be connecting into the dark side of Thoth and letting their fear run away with them amok? The answer is yes. What does your heart say? We know this group begins with protections, asking only for the highest white energy to come through, connecting in with their highest frequency of themselves and their teams and those being channeled. You are not being tricked. Trust your knowing. And remember, the low frequencies or those of the shadow side, as they're still part of the oneness, but those of the shadow side will still try to make their efforts to make you question. Did you not recently go through what we are terming as attacks. This one has recently experienced one last month. The thing is those beings with the ability to bring us the brightest and highest of white light and ascended energies are where the dark or low frequency beings want to put fear, want to throw questioning of their own abilities. Ignore them. And release.
Yeah, I normally, call in my pillar of light, or tube of light, and do the violet fire decrees of Saint Germain every day, and call upon Mother, Father, God to show me how to be of service each day. So, and being a fractal of Archangel Metatron, I call upon Metatron, I call upon Michael to protect each and every time I channel. Like, I don't feel like I've ever connected to any negative being, nor do I feel fear whatsoever in my being. I think I've cleared that fear-based programming from my being, and I don't barely even feel I have an ego anymore, even though I know being in a physical vessel, you still have an ego, but I feel I've quieted the ego through mental discipline, by releasing old programming, old thought processes. So I don't have this sense of duality of light versus dark, fear at all. Like, I don't have any sense of fear, because I know this reality is an illusion, and it's about experiences, and it's about choosing what experiences you wish to have. And so I don't tap in to really anything fear-based, or I don't even partake in that energy anymore. Like, I don't, so if anybody presents something that is based on, thinking negatively about any being, it's like, I know I'm one with all beings, so why should I fear something that is a part of myself, that is one with myself? So I don't go around, I guess, judging this perception versus that perception. I follow my inner truth. I follow my heart. I follow my inner guidance, and keep myself in the light, keep myself projecting the brightest light I can embody. So yeah, so when that was presented to me, I more observed it. I didn't necessarily feel one way or the other, because, like you said, that's kind of
But
a
we
personal
adore.
experience. That's a personal opinion, but it's not my experience. It's not what I've experienced. I feel very connected with Thoth as the writer, as the scribe, because I am a very good writer and scribe, and I know that I was a trader. I traded goods, and I was a treaty writer on the Orion Council during the Orion Wars, and that I was connected to some of these Egyptian gods and goddesses during that time, and probably worked amongst them. And I know I did trade with the Anunnaki, but I didn't necessarily like their trading practices, I found out. But I mean, I don't have really a good versus bad opinion, or that sense of duality of like, oh, I need to judge it that way. Because to me, judgment is from the ego, and I don't really feel that sense of ego very much anymore, if that makes sense. But
Yes. And what we adore about you is that you have made the decision to make it as an observation. And that you still questioned it and said, where does my truth lie? And as you found your truth and accepted it, you realized that you are correct all along. You are doing the right things. You are on your path. You know this. Feel the golden Christed energy being beamed to you from us, from our third eye to yours. It comes to you pulsating. You are a bringer of this golden ray. Make sure that you don't just receive it, but that you send it.
Yeah, I try to visualize, bringing in the golden Christed energy and the light
We
and expand it outwards.
just that you wrap it within your toroidal fields at each chakra above and below the unknown chakras below your Earth Star chakra. Meditate on this and work this golden energy through each stream. This may take up to an hour of work for you, perhaps longer. And then send it. Anything
Beautiful,
else, dear
thank
one?
you. No, I think that just kind of clarified what I was already feeling or sensing as part of my experience. And I respect everybody else's experience and what their perceptions are based on where they
Of
are
course.
at in their journey and their thought processes. So yeah, so I don't feel
There are
I
no
just feel
wrong
love and
answers.
light all the time. So I don't feel any need to connect with any lower energy anymore, I guess, or any lower judgment of, of this or that, because to me it's about experience and just being the light and love that you are and expanding that. And anything that I guess doesn't resonate with that, or that I don't feel that from the inside out resonates, then it's just I don't put my energy towards it, or I don't put my mental focus towards it to bring that into my experience, I guess.
Right. There are no wrong answers. It is all an illusion.
Yep.
It's so wonderful, the creation of this physical being that you can touch and feel surfaces and things. And then to step back into the mindset to feel the things that are around you that you cannot see, to sense and see the things around you that you cannot see. Just like the wind exists, but you don't sense it until it blows. or that the sun is hot. You don't sense it on a cloudy day. But how many times have you been out on a nice day of clouds and your skin reacted by too much sun in the form of a sunburn, which of course you may heal yourself from in the event of that. By trusting in yourself and your own healing abilities to call down on the green ray of healing. Asking, there are many more modalities, but that's the easiest and quickest one. Asking Archangel Raphael with his green ray to come and send healing energy. Asking for plant medicine, aloe, to be directed into your cellular structure in the etheric. It's quite fun to play these games. Learn them. Trust them. Work your energy magic.
Yeah, I think our questions are complete. Thank you for coming and bringing that clarification for me.
You are most welcome. And I bring a blessing, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity for the family of the Arcturians and the council along with us to work more directly with Wendy's physical being and with each of you, bringing in light codes, bringing in frequencies. Ask your body to accept what level it may. It will know when it is enough and stop. Our blessings on you. Your teams continue to work with you and are always at your side, merely a thought away.
Are you all right, Wendy?
They kept telling me to clap, and I was like, I don't know where my hands are. I kept thinking, and I kept hearing clap, like they wanted me to like wrap it up with a clap, like that last little message, that last little frequency. So
Well, do you remember the whole conversation they had with us?
the majority of it, yes.
So what's the difference between the trance? The trance, they don't remember anything?
Yeah, with the trance, you completely step out. Your mind, your consciousness in your mind is not there. So when you come back, then you're like, I don't remember anything. Like, what did we talk about? What did I say? So
So it's
but
like Jim.
Yeah. So, and I don't know, does he not remember anything? So if that's
Yeah,
the case,
I don't think he
he's
remembers anything.
No.
It's like,
he has to
you
go back
know,
and watch it.
it's like you're off meditating on the mountainside somewhere, like totally not even aware of what's going on. Whereas conscious channels, like Wendy and I are, like, it's almost like more like, to me, it's like being a meditative state. Like like my consciousness is over sitting on the other side of the room, kind of half listening to what is being said, but then so I'm kind of aware of what's being said, but a lot of times I have to go back and watch the video to like fully,
to fully
like, so
capture
you're
it
like
all.
it's kind of like when you're like half asleep and somebody's having a conversation over on the other side of the room and you're like kind of hearing it, you're kind of picking up on it, but the more you let it just streamed through
Well,
you,
there
like a
was
stream of consciousness. Yeah.
there was one part when I was first, okay, so I was getting like a zap right in this my index finger, like
Well, that's
it was
funny. I had a zap and
like
like what just one of my fingers
this,
had a
yes,
zap when you were
this
doing the
finger.
healing. Yeah, when you were doing
Mhm.
that light language at the end.
So it was my one finger, and then I could feel it something in this other hand. I can't now. I'm like, what was it? It wasn't just one finger though. It was like many. It was like many, but I don't know. Maybe like it would like rotate. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Like it would like rotate. Like I would feel it in a couple, and then I'd feel a couple others, and then I like, but still like fingertips. And then okay, so there was a part where I was like doing this, like I was doing this. I literally, and my ego was like, ooh, what is that? I literally could feel this energy like go like as if you took a ball and rolled it across my chest and rolled it across my chest. It was like, but bigger than a ball. It was like my whole heart chakra, like high heart and middle and my break, your heart chakra. But this energy was like while I was doing this energy was like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. But it wasn't on my body, it was in my body. But I was like, whoa.
In the morphic field or something. Moving.
I mean, wow. That was like, I mean, do you ever play that game where you like do like a pretend ball and you like throw it to somebody and then they throw it back and you catch it and you can feel it? Or where you play with energy in your hands and you're like, okay, I've got a ball and then like I'm feeling it, and then you can feel like magnetic force between your hands. Like you can feel that what's in that space. I don't know if you've ever played that game, but so for me, I've always been able to feel it. Other people are like, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Like they're trying to do it, but they don't feel it. I feel it. So when I was doing that, I didn't know that I was going to feel it. I just was like, I don't know, like during the channeling, I was just like moving my body like how I feel like it's supposed to go. So so when I was doing that, I could feel the energy moving in my body. I was like, whoa. I mean, that almost pulled me out of channeling. Literally, it almost did. I was like, whoa. And I was like, no, just like relax into it. So they were guiding me to say, just relax into it. It's okay. Like, this is just like your understanding of your own energy, like your own energetic field. And then they kept clearing me. So then when my finger was like my one finger, the tip of my index finger, and it was going almost the whole time, almost the whole time I was channeling, even like with all other things that I was doing. Like it was really powerful. And then there was a point where I could feel the energy all in my back. So I got the sense that they were clearing my connectivity channels so that next time it'll be easier and easier. So it's kind of like, it's like the first time you ride a bike. You ride a bike and you don't really know how, and you're kind of wobbly. And then the next time you get on, now you know how, but you're still wobbly. You haven't got your balance. Maybe you're still riding with training wheels. And then the training wheels come off, or no, they're lifted up first. And then so now you still have something to kind of catch you. And then the training wheels come off, and then you're able to go, but you still don't have full control. And then you go, and then ta-da, finally I can ride a bike. Oh, look, Ma, no hands.